Good morning and welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. You've tuned in just in time for our Real Estate Essentials segment brought to us by Jay Deere at ABC4 Utah. And we're joined by the gentleman from Castle and Cook Mortgage. To my immediate right, we have Clay Johnson. He's the regional manager. And also Mike Larson there on the end, the local branch manager. Welcome. How are you guys this morning?
Great.
Nice to have you here.
Great to
we were
be
just
here.
Discussing what a wonderful weekend it was with those fall colors changing. It is such a spectacular time to be out and about, of course, and a pleasure to have you guys here with us today.
Thank you so much.
We have a lot to discuss. We'll get right into it by first sharing a little bit about your backgrounds individually, kind of what drew you to Castle and Cook Mortgage in terms of what you enjoy most about working with them. Clay, you first as the regional manager.
Well, you know, I've been in the business for 18 years now, actually this month, which is crazy to think that it's gone by that fast. But 18 years, and you know, things were changing a lot back in 2008, 2009, and I'd heard some great things about Castle and Cook Mortgage, and the biggest thing was they are a friend of speed. They're a purchase machine. They get things done quicker and more efficiently than anybody. And so I first tested them actually on my sister's loan.
Oh,
and so she was the guinea pig.
Nice.
So I sent her in there, and literally they just blew my socks off with the service they provided and how quickly they got it done. And I'd had some good friends that had already gone over there, and they said, Clay, you really need to seriously consider this. So I did, and honestly, I've never looked back. It's just been an amazing experience. And they're just right here in Utah. I mean, our corporate headquarters are right at the mouth of Parley's Canyon. And so, anyway, it's just been an amazing experience.
Good to hear. And then, Mike, you guys are locally here in Park City,
Right.
of course. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, we moved here when my family was young in 1983. And have lived here ever since and raised our family here. I got in the mortgage business in '93, and when mortgages became difficult to get, I found Castle and Cook in around 2011. And we started on our own up here, built a branch, and we now have 3 loan officers and a processor up here, and it's the same thing. We just, it's great to be able to offer a service where you can rely on being able to deliver a product within a reasonable amount of time, which is hard to say in the real estate business right now for a mortgage.
Well, both of you guys that have been in the industry for a pretty long time, you can definitely say that with certain experience, because you know you've been there, done that. You've seen how these guys have worked over long term, so that is incredible. Yeah. Let's talk about the programs that are available. Clay, what are some of those things that you guys do have?
You know, of course, we offer all the the typical products that are out there in the market: the conventional loans, the FHAs, the VAs. The VA is a fun one because the VA, there's some really cool stuff that you can do for the veterans. And I love that because you have people who've given to our country and have sacrificed for our country, and then they have the opportunity to get some of the most amazing financing that's available out there. And it really is terrific because they can go all the way up to $1.5 million with some down payment also. But that's a fun program. One of the other ones that's really fun, and we hear this from realtors a lot, I take my client to a house and they're like, gosh, I love the neighborhood, love the mature landscaping, love where we're at, love the school systems, but man, this house really needs some updating. And one of the great things about it is through our Home Styles program, which is a really unique program that we have. They can not only buy the house, but based off the appraised value, can borrow up to the future value of some improvements that they make on the home. And that can be home improvements, it can be landscaping, it can be pool, just some really cool stuff. And that's one of the really unique programs that I found that realtors and clients are super excited about right now.
Excellent. And then Mike, what would you say in terms of programs available that get you particularly excited that people like to hear about?
Well, mortgages are really exciting.
They are very exciting.
We picked a very, pretty romantic, high-profile business. But the programs that I think, right now we have kind of a shortage of houses. So construction loans and lot loans are one of the things that everybody is asking about, which we have. We just brought on a great investor back in March. And so we've cut our teeth and we offer the process. It's gotten very easy. We do a lot with the local developers now on lot loans. And it's just everybody's not coming here to buy a $3 million second home. And sometimes you get lost a little bit. We just closed a loan last week for a couple that I'd worked with for a year and a half to get their first home and move out of a 2-bedroom condo with 6 people. And so those are really satisfying deals too. So you can really see there's benefit for what we're able to do for some people. And it's nice to be able to see people so happy.
Yeah,
And
certainly fulfilling, I'm
yeah,
sure, to
oh,
see the
yeah.
family progress and to be able to be in a new space.
It's pretty scary when someone trusts you that much.
Yeah, ooh, it's true.
Well, yeah, you're helping people fulfill a lifelong dream, and you know, American home ownership, that's the American dream, and so it's fun when we can do that, and that's one of the rewarding things, is to see just the excitement. And you know, there may be some questions or some things that are needed along the way, but when it's all over and you see them in their home and how excited they are, that's the thing that just continues to be rewarding, I think, is helping people fulfill that great American dream.
And along with the desire to do so comes the question of, well, what about my credit? What if I've been dealing with things in the past that haven't made that as complementary to my ability to get the service as I would like it to be? That's a common question you guys do get. Tell me about that, Mike.
That's a great question. That's why we worked with these people for 1.5 years. And it was not only credit, it was verifying income and doing it properly and things like that. So, you know, we're not perfect. I don't think anyone is, and I don't want to mislead people to think that we're just flawless every time. It's a arduous process, and people that are patient and usually listen to us and work with us, they're going to have a successful outcome at the end. Credit is extremely important now. It's getting a little bit easier, but it's still extremely important. And so if it's not perfect right now, it's amazing how fast you can do some simple things to fix it.
Very good.
It's so true. I think one of the big ones is medical collections. It's like so many times people have thought, I thought my insurance paid for that. Well, I didn't even realize I owed anything, or I got that and I wasn't worried about it because I thought I'd paid my part. And that's such a simple one to get clean up. And yet, the thing about collections is it doesn't matter if it's a $1,000 collection, a $10,000, or an $80 collection. It's a collection. And so that's a really one that we see $35, $80, and really simply we can walk them through the process of working with their insurance company and the collections company and getting that off their credit. And that, I just had one just recently, made a 120-point difference in their FICO score.
No kidding.
And it took them from just non-eligible to totally eligible and getting it approved just by simply getting a recent medical collection off their credit.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, the changes that can be made that can open a lot of new doors for these potential homeowners or others that want to get into that a little bit more. Let's discuss refinancing a little bit as well. What do we need to know about that in relation to what's going on right now and some important points that people should be aware of?
Well, we've said for years and years and years now there's going to be a potential increase in the rate, and we're now starting to hear rumblings of the short-term rate being increased by a quarter either this month or by the end of the year. All that portends to a potential of an increase in mortgage rates. Our rates are tied to the yield on the 10-year bond, which generally works opposite of the stock market. When the market goes high, the bond drops and the rates improve. In this case, for those few who haven't refinanced or still have adjustable rate mortgages, it's probably time to really look at their programs and determine, because this may be the last window. If it isn't, you're still ahead. If it is, then you made a good, prudent move.
All right. And anything else that we need to know about the services, important points that you want to make sure that viewers understand about Castle & Cooke?
Go ahead, Clay.
Passing the buck on you, okay.
No, I think the biggest thing is just knowing where you're at. And a lot of times people are afraid of the unknown. And it's so funny. I was just pulling a credit report just last week for somebody. And it was hilarious. They're sitting across my desk, and you could just see they were so tense about this. And so it's just so many times we're afraid of the unknown. And so I think just go for it, find out what's available for you, have your credit pulled, take a look at it, and also look at your income. People oftentimes most often are harder on themselves than the system really is. And I found 80% of the time that people think they're in a worse position than they really are.
Is that
and so it's amazing. And then, of course, there's the 20% who think they're a lot better, but a lot of times people are in a much better situation. So the biggest thing is just don't put it off. It's one of those things that we procrastinate. Give us a call. Let us know, and we'll take a look at your situation. And literally, within less than an hour, we can let you know where you stand and kind of what our game plan is moving forward.
Like you said, efficient, quick. You guys like to get things done and move them forward.
Yes.
How can we get a hold of you, Mike? You are here locally.
Locally, we have a branch on 1755 Prospector in the Associated Title, or the old Associated Title building, now First American building. And we're upstairs there, and our number is through our Salt Lake switchboard. It's 801-461-7100. And then just ask for Mike, John, or Terry.
Excellent. Well, anything else to add this morning? I think we just about covered it all.
Thanks, Chelsea. It's just.
You're like, we're done. We're good.
We're done. I think at this point, we're done.
I just say, Mike's been doing this so long. I even call Mike a lot of times when I have those unique scenarios. He's so good at deciphering a tax return and saying, okay, here's what we can use, and just understanding this market. Him and his team, and John and Terry and these guys up here, just really know their stuff. And so I just definitely recommend giving them a call because they'll take great care of you.
Wonderful. That's exactly who you want all these questions to be addressed to. Is these guys, they know what they're doing, know how to handle it, and of course can do it efficiently. So thank you.
Thank you
very
so much.
Clay and Mike, nice to have you here with Castle and Cook Mortgage. You can check them out here locally. And we're going to go to a commercial break. Much more coming at you right here on the Mountain Morning Show. You're watching Park City Television.